What's going on out there, YouTube fam? This is Sammy Leggett here representing TeamJVS, back here again for another review for Killing Eve. I know, I'm late. I'm so late. It's only 8 episodes total in the final season 4 of Killing Eve. I am caught up though. I've watched the first 5 episodes of season 4, and I'm going to give you guys my undivided attention and review and perspective of these amazing characters. The headline stars Jodie Comer as Villanelle, and of course Sandra Oh as Eve. They're back, and they're as intriguing, as insane, and as entertaining as ever. I think that when I watched the trailer, I was kind of looking at like, oh wow, man, why is Eve hooked up with another dude? Like, why is Villanelle hooked up with another woman? Like, what's going on here? Why is Villanelle, now a church-going woman? You know what I'm saying? Like, what is going on? And off rip, the first episode, watching Eve be the one to track down Constantine, who's like sitting there living his best life, chilling, just living his best life. Constantine got away, and he was chilling. All for her to shoot him in the hand. And like, I was like, is that Villanelle? I was like, nah, Villanelle wouldn't have shot him. Like, she would have maybe hurt him, but she wouldn't have shot him. And I was just like, oh, Eve's on another tip. And so the person that she's with in Yusuf, ex-mercenary and whatnot, like teaching her the ropes, they're definitely very intimate. But like, honestly, Eve is very loose with everybody. And I don't mean loose as in she's just promiscuous just to be promiscuous. Like, she just, at this point right now, psychologically, she just is fluidly going and doing things. It's almost like a snake slithering, almost. Like, she is just interweaving around everybody. But it's evident, it's evident that she's still connected to the very first obsession that brought her down this path, which is Villanelle. Now, the other side of that coin, Villanelle, at this point, she don't want to kill anymore. She's done with it. She's tired of it, right? Well, that junk went out the door real quick, because Villanelle decided, okay, well, I'm going to join church. I'm trying to do the right thing. And but it all was surrounding wanting to see Eve look at her in a different light as much as she wants to change. And Eve is too in her own way to care. Like, not only does she know for a fact that Villanelle needs this, but she needs this to have more power or more gain or absolution through the things and the terrible things that she's done in the past to Eve and to people that Eve loved, right? And so Eve's just kind of done with it. But that doesn't stop the fact that she's also at fault in a lot of this mess. And I think that there was I think even in the trailer, they kind of talked about the parable of the scorpion and the frog, and the scorpion and the frog become that codependency, but they end up killing each other. But I think Eve asked the question to, Villanelle asked the question to Eve, like, you ever thought about you possibly are the scorpion? I'm not. And it's true. At this present time, yes, Villanelle is backsliding. Like, she is killing. She's back to her old ways. Like, daggone, she killed the priest, killed the priest's daughter. Absolutely no reason. She's dealing with the existential crisis. Like, she's seeing things like vividly that is just perverted versions of the truth, or perverted versions of like what she believes or perceives as God or religion. And she's not happy. That's why we got the conversation we had with Martin, the psychiatrist. Poor Martin. Thankfully, he's alive. But she just cannot help herself, right? Like, psychologically, she's at fault. But I think that as an individual, I really don't think she wants to do it. I think she's always been really bored of everything. But I think that she looked at Eve and like, Eve is just close enough to understand me that I really kind of want an actual relationship. Because I kind of love her, you know what I'm saying? And it's weird because they can't even vocalize that, right? And it's like Eve is doing everything possible to be not only away from Villanelle, but she's almost emulating and trying to go even down a darker path, because she decided to target Helene. Helene that basically used Villanelle and recruited her as a part of the 12, because still the circle is still trying to figure out what happened to the 12. Eve is using the death of what was his name, David, I believe his name was David, David, to justify what she's doing. But it really isn't about David anymore. It's really about her wanting to spiral to this place of descent. And I think Helen made a really good point when they had their interaction and whatnot. She was basically said, I thought that you were just, just cattle, and we're out here, winged butterflies or winged, fairies or something. I can't remember what she said, but she was like something along the lines of like, yeah, you created your own, like that's what you've been trying to do. You want to fly yourself, so to speak. And like, honestly, their interaction is even weird. Like, she straight up kissed the girl, like then decided to threaten her by taking the daughter, and it's all this cat and mouse game for what? Like I know the end of this probably is going to end with Eve dying. Honestly, like I really do. I just, what would be tragic for me is if Eve didn't die and Villanelle sacrificed herself for Eve. And what would, to me, because the thing about this, and again, I'm only 5 episodes in, but there's still only 3 more left. My whole thing about this is that Villanelle would do anything for Eve. Anything. And really, Eve would do anything for her. Like, just case in point, the end of the 5th episode, probably one of the best episodes, because you get to see so many different sides to everybody, like good and bad. And it was kind of like, even like, Villanelle having that conversation with Constantine, talking to her about, Pam. Pam's a new chick. Pam, is being recruited by Helen. Like, Pam's certifiable, honestly. But she's talented. And I can definitely see her going down that road, probably actually excelling over Villanelle, because there's nothing at all tethering her. But she still has a little semblance of humanity, but she doesn't at the same time. It's so weird. And then even Constantine in his past and stuff that's going on with him and Carolyn. I'll get to Carolyn in a little bit. But just going off of that sequence with Villanelle and Constantine and her letting him know, like, you don't get to the point of training an assassin and they don't eventually turn on you. Like, just watch your back. Meaning that she cares. Even the conversation she had with Martin is messed up as it was. She was like, I need help. Like, she's searching for help. But she's also, I think it's kind of like this. If Eve was not certifiable at this point too, and down this suicide mission, which I'll get to that in a second, and she just was helping Villanelle may be okay, honestly. Like, I think she really just needs Eve there. Like, it ain't even got to be like stopping Villanelle or telling her what she needs. I think she just needs Eve really there by her side. Some kind of human connection. And I think that's what also Eve needs. Because Eve, I mean, she's learning. Like, she's in shape. She knows how to defend herself. Like, she's vindictive. Like, she's very quick-witted. She's always been really smart. But now, like, she's making herself to be a Walter White, and she's not. I mean, this is the thing. This is the thing I really don't like, is that I don't really like Eve. I don't like what she's doing. I don't like her motivations, because her motivations are blinded by her own ambitions that she doesn't even perceive to be right. You know what I'm saying? Like, she knows what she's doing is not right, and she knows what she's doing is hurting and putting other people in jeopardy, specifically people she really cares about. But she don't care. And she, like, just fruitless with her own life. Like, that whole scene with Helen and I think that if Helen had took a knife and drove it into Eve's hand, she still wouldn't have cared. Because she feels as though she got one up. She got in because she survived it. She didn't die. And I think that so many times with, like, she could have died, I think it's pushed her down this path, but it's for nothing. And it's crazy because Yusuf is trying to protect her, but that's for another thing. Shout out to Fiona Shaw as Carolyn. Carolyn, she's getting all the layers peeled back. Like, we saw the interaction with her daughter last season, and of course, our relationship with her son. But this season really is her just breaking out. Like, everything about who she is, what she is all being dissected for good and bad. All the good and all the bad is being completely unwrapped. And from that standpoint, it's very fascinating. I'm really enjoying what they're doing with her character. And even down to the moment where not Eve, but Villanelle was about to kill Carolyn, I think she would have been content with it. She probably been like, it sucks, but... And it's just so weird because parts of Villanelle remind me of like the younger version of Carolyn. It's so weird. It's so freaking weird. But she's knocking it out of the park. Like, acting wise, she's killing it. But, you know, Jodie Comer, bro, as Villanelle, she finds ways of just topping everything she's done before. Like, not just the way that she kills people, but even just, I'll give you an example. She meets with the she meets with the maid that was working with Carolyn. I think it's around like the 4th or 5th episode. And the person, you know, she was like, look, man, my husband's sitting there burning me. He's a firefighter. And like, can you help? And she helped. She took a water hose and put it to the man. And this is the thing. That's a high-powered hose. There shouldn't have been anything left for brain matter. Like, it's that sick. And she just did it and just enjoyed it. And and then she came back and like, everybody's like, yo, can you help me with my husband's too? She went back to Constantine. That's what that conversation has. Like, man, look, man, I don't think I can get out of this, but I want to use what I have in the right way, you know, kind of thing. But I don't understand why she's targeting Helen. I think that it would have made more sense for her to target Eve, but I don't know. At this point, now that she got shot, it's all eyes on Eve. What is Eve going to do? Because now she's showed her card. Like, she knows, Helen knows, like, that's the way to get her, you know? And this is the thing. Because now Villanelle is a target, like, Villanelle, like, you shoot Villanelle once, you ain't gonna get to do it again. And so, just as long as Eve and Villanelle stick together, they're gonna make it out of this. But the question always has been, is Eve going to die? Because at this point, she's crossed every line. And she's also put distance between herself emotionally and intentionally with everybody. And so I don't know, but this is a very good show. I've been enjoying it. I'm not going to rate these episodes because they feel like one big narrative. I'm only sad that it's only 3 more episodes left. But what I will do is on the 6th episode, I will be covering it. I'll do a review for the 6th episode. And then so on and so forth like that come Sunday. Hope you guys enjoyed this review. Make sure you like, subscribe, hit that bell button. Go and check out our also other review for Moon Knight when it debuts. I can't tell you guys when I'll be able to release it, but it's coming. And I'll make sure I'll tag it on this, okay? Keep it locked. JVS, we ain't gonna stop. Peace, guys.
Filing out the top of the I can see the skyline, 50 mile radius on my timeline. Ain't nothing on my mind.